Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It's been a wild week. My name is John.
My name is Dante.
We're the Mustache Brothers. How are you?
Give it to me, John. I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Not bad, because we got AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door predictions to get into.
Yes, we do.
And you know what's crazy? You know what I don't have? Would you mind being a doll and grabbing my predictions title for me over there?
Oh, of course I can. John.
Thank you kindly.
Sir.
Thank you kindly. Of course, as is tradition, this is for the MBW Predictions Championship. We'll get the results to you as soon as we can. But today, I don't want to waste any time. We're going to dive right into the card. It's a big card.
Yes.
That we have to go over.
When I was going through the matches and making my predictions, I did not realize that this card was as loaded as it was.
So if you want to hear us talk a little bit more in depth about some of the matches, what happened on Dynamite, stuff like that, our expectations, hype, whatever, check out our podcast. We're definitely going to talk a little bit more about it in our podcast.
Absolutely.
However, let's start top to bottom. We're not doing the buy-in. First one we got Swerve in Our Glory, which is Shane Strickland.
Is that what their team name is?
Yep. Yeah.
Interesting.
Shane Strickland and Keith Lee versus El Desperado, and this is going to be a rough pronunciation video.
Bear with us.
Apologies in advance. Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Kane Maru.
That sounds good to me.
What's going to be tough about these predictions is, you know, we're not hiding the fact that we're not super knowledgeable or up on
New Japan as others may be correct. But
this is a great opportunity for us to get into it. That's why I'm excited for the pay-per-view.
yes, exactly.
With that said, I'll go Swerve in Our Glory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I feel like they kind of have their own little storyline going on right now. They're obviously tag team partners, but they're kind of teasing the whole, like, you know, they're also trying to, you know, they're also trying to, you know, find success for themselves in the singles competition. They had a little back and forth in the Battle Royal.
So I'm actually changing my answer because I think because of the Battle Royal thing and like the whole like shake up with that, I'm going the other guys.
So the reason why I'm still picking Swerve and Keith Lee. Because of that, I'm still picking them. I just think like they're just building that up. So I think like they're building momentum and stuff. Like they're kind of like, okay, like yeah, like we'll butt heads, but like we'll still be a great team.
Yeah, I don't see them breaking them up.
Right, I don't think that'll happen anytime soon, but it's gonna be. I think it's like a long-term type of thing. So I'm gonna go Swerve and Keith Lee. And are you changing it?
I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna go El Desperado and Yoshinobu.
Yeah, sure.
Word. Next one.
Next one.
Winner takes all match for the ROH and IWGP Tag Team Championships. Was that hasn't been like very well promoted?
Yeah, I didn't know about this match up until here. Great O'Khan and Jeff Cobb are awesome. I know them from New Japan. They're Bullet Club guys.
So it's FTR versus Great O'Khan and Jeff Cobb
versus
Roppongi Vice
versus the Vice guys.
Okay.
So I think Great O'Khan it's ROH and New Japan belts, tag team belts.
Yes,
is that what it is?
Yes, ROH.
So I think Jeff Cobb and Great O'Khan are the champs for New Japan. I'm gonna go, if you don't mind me giving my prediction first. I'm going FTR on this one. I just think, like, genuinely best tag team in the world right now. They are just I've always like known how good they were, and I've always like appreciated and respected what they do for tag team wrestling. Like literally the reason why they left
they're on top of the world
is because WWE didn't appreciate tag team wrestling as much as they do, obviously. And they're amazing around with the ROH belts, even as singles competitors. Like the Dax Harwood and Will Ospreay match was unbelievable. Yeah. I'm going FTR in this one. I just think you got to keep giving it to them. You got to keep building that up.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. FTR, I mean, I've said a bunch of times, like I'm a big FTR guy right now.
100%.
They've really won me over. I'm going to try to refrain from not just picking the AEW person I know in the match. However, with this, I agree with you. I think why stop the momentum now? I mean, eventually this is going to lead to the big, like, you know, ROH titles versus AEW tag titles, the Bucks, you know.
Yep.
Why stop that train? I also have FTR.
Cool. Next match. Excuse me. We have Eddie Kingston, Shota Umino.
Okay.
Again, bear with us. And then Wheeler Yuta versus Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Minoru Suzuki. I've said it before. I'm not really a big fan of the whole Jericho society thing going on. I don't know. Like, I understand it's a heel faction. I guess they're doing their job because I don't like them. They're supposed to be hated. But I just think Eddie Kingston, Wheeler Yuta, Shota Umino, I just think the story, I don't know. I'm in their favor. I kind of like them more. There's not really any background to this. Like, I like them.
They had the big brawl at the end of Dynamite, which is when we're filming this the Thursday right after Dynamite. Also, so if anything happens on Rampage, we filmed it before. Yeah. Sorry, I don't think anything crazy is going to happen.
Nothing should happen.
But yeah, there was like that big brawl where it was like everyone from Jericho Appreciation Society and Blackpool Combat Club. And yeah. With that said, though, I'm going Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Minoru Suzuki. I think Suzuki's sick. Mm-hmm. He's so cool. I was just seeing him from the Mox match he had forever ago. Yep. I also think too, because like I think Eddie and the Blackpool Combat Club are gonna get the win back at Blood and Guts.
That's true. They're fighting that week too.
That's what I'm thinking. So I think this is one to get Jericho one, and then be like, whatever. Right. This is definitely the lesser match.
100. Yeah, there's more focus on the Blood and Guts than this one. You know, I'm pulling a U from earlier. Right. I'm changing my pick. I'm going the Appreciation Society because I think the other team, like Kingston, all them, they're gonna win the Blood and Guts match. Yeah, that's what I think. So all right, I'll go Jericho Appreciation Society.
Next one, 4-way to determine the inaugural All-Atlantic Championship. We have Pac versus Miro versus Tomohiro Ishii versus Malachi Black, who beat Penta to qualify last night on Dynamite. This is going to be a crazy match. Mm-hmm. Now, a lot to think about here. Again, I don't really know Ishii. I mean, all four of these guys really couldn't get the belt.
I mean, inaugural.
Miro's coming back, and he's like looking dominant. Pac, I mean, he's been with Death Triangle, hasn't really been in the spotlight necessarily. Malachi Black, they're really building up with his whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it kind of depends on what direction they want to go in, because if you put it on Malachi Black, I mean, you're building up that stable for a little bit. You kind of give them a little bit more relevancy, I guess. Yeah. Kind of give them that belt to hold on to. Miro obviously just returned. Yeah. He was in the title picture before he got hurt, kind of throw him back in. And Pac, I mean, he had bangers against like Omega and stuff when he came in, but he hasn't really done much recently. And Tomohiro, I don't really know much about him, unfortunately. I don't think AEW would put their inaugural belt on a guy from a different company, if you know what I mean. Like, obviously, you throw someone in there because it's the Forbidden Door event. You want to have New Japan representing. I'm going Miro on this one. The reason why is because he was in the title picture before he left. He's a guy he's a main event guy. Like, you're going to give him this belt. He had the TNT belt previously, and a lot of people argue.
I was going to say, because I could see him going back for the TNT belt, but it doesn't seem like that's like the direction they're going now. 100%. So get him some gold.
Get him some gold. Yeah. He was arguably, a lot of people say that he was the best TNT champion that the company's ever seen. Give him this belt. I think it's a great person to put it on. It kind of build the belt up, make the belt seem legit. Miro is a legit guy, and then eventually, when this runs its course, I think he'll get thrown into the main event picture.
Yeah. So, I like all that.
I think that story makes the most sense. Like Malachi Black, like I think he's the second best option because the group and stuff. But I don't know if they need a belt to be relevant. And that's just my opinion. But who knows? It depends what they want to
do. Those would be my two. Also, I just think the character of Malachi Black might overshadow the belt.
Sure.
So I feel like if they give it to Miro, he can really showcase the belt. Right. Where I don't think Malachi Black is going to be the guy to be like, look, I'm the All Atlantic,
and
you know?
And I'm not comparing, but like I'm just like dark like characters and stuff, like The Undertaker. He's not like, he didn't go down as one of the best world champs of all time because it was his character work.
He always looked weird with like a big gold belt, you know?
The big gold belt, like, because he was the guy. I'm not saying Malachi's like The Undertaker or anything like that, but just his character work, that's what the focus is on, not the championships.
All right, give us the next one.
Will Ospreay. This is the IWGP United States Championship match. Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy. We talked about this on the podcast. I don't know how I feel about this match. I like Orange Cassidy. I like the character and everything. I think it's funny. It's very different. There's nothing like it in wrestling today. But Will Ospreay is one of the best wrestlers in the world. And I think this will be a good match because Will Ospreay could wrestle a trash can and it would be a 5-star match. I'm going Will Ospreay. I would honestly kind of be upset if Will Ospreay lost because he's so legit. I think he's amazing. And Orange Cassidy, I don't know. It's just, I don't think this is the right match situation for him. I think this could have been a better match.
See, we were on the same page for this for like a week or two, and then I saw the 3-on-3 match last night on Dynamite. My tone is completely shifted now. I think this might be an underrated, or no, not underrated. I think it'll be a unexpected banger.
Okay.
Because Orange Cassidy in the match, he still did his shtick, but he really kind of broke out of it, and he wrestled last night. He got the pin last night. I don't think he's gonna win. I also have Will Ospreay. I don't think he's gonna win it. However,
you think it'll be better?
I think it's going to be a good match. Okay. I think it's going to be a really good match.
I hope so. And I have faith that it will be a good match. Like I said, I think Will Ospreay is one of the best wrestlers. Orange Cassidy, when they let him and allow him to, he can be really good in the ring. I hope it's really good. I really do.
Also interesting to note, I didn't get the full story, and I don't know too much about it, but Will Ospreay, it's something that's happened in New Japan. He's the current U.S. champion, but someone else has the belt from him. Someone stole the belt or something like that. So he doesn't physically have the belt.
I was going to say, because I've seen him on AEW and he hasn't had the belt.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a whole storyline going on where someone stole it or has it from him. So I don't know if that's going to come into play.
I see here, this is how knowing New Japan stuff would really help out here. But all right. A little side storyline going on there. Next match, we have the AEW Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks, and El Phantasmo and Hikuleo. I'm sorry. Going up against Darby Allin, Sting, Hiromu Takahashi, and Shingo Takagi. Again, I am so sorry. I'm going with the Young Bucks, that team here, because they just won the belts. Darby Allin and Sting, I'm not saying that they don't need a win, but I just feel like this isn't a match for them. I think the Young Bucks just won. Keep building that momentum. They build them up as best tag team in AEW, because I think we talked about this earlier. I think they're eventually going to do Young Bucks FTR. Kind of like Young Bucks, we're the best tag team. FTR's, no, we're the best tag team. It's all right, let's figure it out. So the team with the Young Bucks, that's what I'm going with.
I didn't know this match was happening.
They announced it last night, I think.
No real lead up. Darby and I think it seems like just a match to get Darby and Sting on the show.
On the card,
Get the Young Bucks on the card. I also have the team of the Young Bucks. Don't have much to say about it. Again, there really hasn't been a build-up. It's kind of just like a match of just these guys versus these guys.
You guys want to wrestle on Sunday? You guys want to make some money, get a paycheck? Go out there.
Okay, interesting one coming up.
Yes.
One that I think we're going to go way more in depth with in the pod. Bryan Danielson. Last night announced he was not medically cleared.
Shame.
Again, we'll talk more about it in the pod, but that means he has a hand-picked opponent, one that he says is a technical superstar.
And he hasn't been in AEW, because he says you'll love what he does in AEW.
Going against Zack Sabre Jr.
Also unbelievable. I don't know if you're familiar with anything.
Not too much.
He is... technical wrestling.
That's what I'm hearing.
Easily top.
That's what I'm hearing.
Easily top 5 for sure. That's actually I'm sure whoever they find to replace, I'm sure it's going to be a banger no matter what. But let me tell you, if Danielson and Zack Sabre, if that match stood and he never got hurt, that probably would have been the match of the night, to be honest with you.
So here's the rumors, though. Okay. I think we can touch upon this.
I didn't hear any rumors yet, so
Bryan Danielson, hand-picking opponent, technical wrestler. He said it's someone that his stamp of approval, basically.
Okay.
We're thinking Cesaro.
Cesaro could be a good one.
But you know who it's also thinking? Johnny Gargano.
Oh, yeah.
To a lesser extent, I saw this name. I don't think it's going to be this one. The Fiend. It's really Cesaro or Gargano.
Yeah. Ooh, that's... Because we've talked about on the podcast, if you guys want to listen to it, we talked about how Cesaro would be an amazing addition to the Blackpool. So I think maybe it's
both
bring this guy in, you can kind of bring him in, so then you can kind of throw him into it's an easy way to segue him into the group. Gargano too. Damn, that's a good one too.
I don't know.
Fuck.
Here's what we'll do. We'll do a bonus point.
Okay, or if we get the prediction correct. Okay, I like that.
I'm gonna go.
Ooh, I like that. I didn't hear about any of those rumors. I like both those guys.
And the thing is, let's say they debut a Cesaro.
Okay.
Are they going to have him lose?
So I think Zack Sabre's going to win this match.
Regardless, really.
So I think if Bryan Danielson was wrestling, he would have won. But since he's not, and it's going to be a debuting guy, assuming, I think it just makes sense to give it to Zack Sabre. Because even if, I'm picking Cesaro as well. Cesaro. I think Cesaro.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm going to go Cesaro versus Zack Sabre. I think they're going to burn the house down. I think they're going to have an absolute just heater of a match. But I think Zack Sabre will go out on top, but it makes Cesaro look unbelievable. Then you get ready for Blood and Guts. He's going to put on the performance of a lifetime on Wednesday.
Right, yeah, because he's also going to be in the Blood and Guts match.
Because whoever this is going to wrestle Wednesday as well. I think he'll put on the performance of a lifetime on Wednesday. Boom. In the Blackpool. He's going to bleed in the Blackpool Club. There you go. I love that. I actually really like that.
I'm also going, my pick is Cesaro as well, but I'm going to, I think they'll have Cesaro go over Zack Sabre Jr. I think especially if he's going to come out, debut, I mean, it's going to be a huge crowd.
They're going to make a big deal
Even
about
if it is Gargano, whichever it is, it's going to be a huge moment. And I think it would really kind of sour, even if he is just going to not go on a singles run and join a group, which I think is a little bit safer for the loss. I still think Bryan Danielson's handpicked opponent.
Okay,
so
cool.
I'm going with.
So even if it's not Cesaro, you're going to pick handpicked opponent wins?
It's a risk, but I think it's either going to be Gargano or Cesaro.
Those are two good picks.
If it's 100%. Like Johnny Elite, then maybe I'm going to be kicking myself.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
All right.
No, I like that. AEW
Women's World Championship, Thunder Rosa versus Toni Storm. Not the craziest build. Mm-hmm. It's, again, it's one of AEW's kind of lacking points, the women's division build and the women's title build in general. Just because I want to see a change and I like her. I'm going Toni Storm.
Okay. I'm going to go Thunder Rosa on this one. I do believe Toni Storm will win this belt at some point. I just don't think the build-up has been there yet.
Yeah.
Because if she wins it, I feel like it's not really going to feel that big, you know what I mean?
I agree. That's what I think is going to happen.
But it could be a shot. Yeah, it could be. I mean, the whole Thunder Rosa reign has been not good so far, so AEW could be like, all right, let's just click the reset button here and give it to someone else. But I'm gonna go Thunder Rosa. I think just give her a little bit more time. At least make the reign, make it look legit on paper. You're like, oh, she had it for this amount of days. Make it look legit, and then I think Toni Storm will eventually win the belt.
All right, final two. Give us the next one.
I'm very excited about this match. So this is the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Jay White, the champ, defending his belt against Adam Cole, Hangman Adam Page, and Okada.
Crazy.
I was hyped when Okada came out last night because in my head I was predicting Okada was going to be the one because there was like Adam Cole's like he's not going to be there. There's like personal stuff going on, stuff with New Japan, stuff with him that's going on. So he's been away, I guess. Yep. And they bring him in, and Okada. The
pop was nuts.
He is. Okada obviously is major in New Japan, but just hearing that reaction in America just kind of tells you how big of a deal he is. He's arguably one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Like, this is like an actual debate that he is one of the best to ever step in the ring. With that being said, I'm going Okada winning this. Whoa. I don't think they would have done this if Okada wasn't going to win it. He's reliable. Fans love him. This match is going to be unbelievable. I think Okada is going to win the belt.
It would be sick to see an AEW guy take
and because at that point you can keep the belt in AEW and then New Japan guys keep coming in and you can keep that cross promotion.
Because that is something. It's something that we've honestly haven't been choosing. Like, Will Ospreay is going to keep his belt. We're choosing. We both have Miro getting the title. So, it hasn't been a whole lot of, a New Japan guy has the AEW title.
Yeah.
Right. So, it's like...
No, I get that. And we're not thinking of the whole, Swerve thing if they just...
Yeah, oh my God, an AEW guy has the New Japan title and vice versa.
Yeah.
However, with that said, I think the Switchblade Jay White is going to keep it. He just won the belt a few weeks ago at Dominion from Okada. I like the chase of Cole and Hangman. Hangman put on a banger last night with, I forget someone's name. I think Jay White's too hot. His promo work, the whole Bullet Club thing, now being back on top with the title. Again, I wish I knew more of the story of Jay White and Okada, and even some Bullet Club backstory with Cole and Hangman. However, I think Jay White's too hot to lose right now, and I think he's just been so dominant with the lead-ups.
Yep. No, he's been carrying. He's been carrying this, the feud. So
I'm sticking with Jay White.
I like that,
and that leads us to, you said Okada is definitely in the conversation of greatest wrestler of all time. Another man who is apparently in the conversation. We have the interim AEW World Heavyweight Championship versus the man I'm talking about, Hiroshi Tanahashi, versus Jon Moxley.
this is going to be
I'm excited for this.
Hard-hitting match.
I'm excited for this.
I really like the build-up because they made it work. So obviously it's supposed to be CM Punk versus Tanahashi. CM Punk gets hurt. John Moxley, he's number one in the rankings, beats Kyle O'Reilly. And they're kind of saying the story how, Moxley was in New Japan. He went through everyone except for one guy.
I like there's the backstory to it.
There's that one guy, the ace, Tanahashi.
And last night when everyone's brawling, they were stare down. Everyone around them is going crazy. These two guys take a lot of pride in what they do. Yeah.
Like, they care about professional wrestling, and they carry their respective companies.
Who do you got?
With that being said, we kind of touched on it. I think Moxley's going to win this one. Okay. I think it kind of closes that whole New Japan chapter where it's like he defeated everyone there, went through everyone. Tanahashi's going to call him Ace because Moxley's like, you're going to be the one to call me Ace. I'm going to be the Ace. I think Moxley bringing the AEW belt back to AEW, I don't see it going to New Japan. And then eventually we're going to get Moxley CM Punk, which will be amazing as well. But John Moxley's also probably like one of my favorite wrestlers right now.
Yeah, same.
So I really want him to win.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I agree with all that, except Hiroshi Tanahashi is my pick because I think they're gonna do that. I think we touched upon it. They haven't done a whole lot of crossover. Oh my God, the AEW guy has the New Japan Pro Wrestling has the AEW. I think they're gonna put a New Japan Pro wrestler is gonna have the AEW title, and there's gonna be, while CM Punk is away, it's gonna be a little bit of like, either we have to get the belt back to AEW or Tanahashi just carries it, and it's CM Punk, and CM Punk's fighting to get it back.
That's true.
To AEW.
All right, that's true. Yeah, it's like, all right, there's only one man that can bring the belt back to AEW. CM Punk comes back. I like that.
And I think even just strictly for the story and the idea of like the different promotion having the belt.
Okay. Yeah. I like that.
I think that would be fun.
I think Moxley is obviously the safe pick here, but I like the direction that you can, because if they do decide to do that, have that swerve, the possibilities are endless. Yeah. You can do a lot of stuff.
And again, it obviously, is like, if this is real life behind the curtain, but like if Tanahashi can do a stint where he has a little AEW run.
So one thing I was going to add is if they do decide to do something like that, I think it would kind of be in agreement, whether it's an AEW belt to New Japan or New Japan belt in AEW, that person would have a run in that company. I don't think Tanahashi wins the AEW belt and then
we don't see him for 2 months.
I cannot imagine that. So if that does happen, I think that there is an agreement in plan that he'll stick around for a while.
Word.
All right, no, I like that. I like how we have differences here. We had similar. We obviously had same picks here and there, but we actually did have a lot of different ones as well. So I think this is gonna be great. Hopefully this isn't a fight. I'm very much looking forward to it.
It's gonna be a long show.
I don't want to be up till like 12, 1 in the morning.
It's gonna be a long
Yeah, there's
show.
a lot of matches. So.
Maybe we can ask for Monday off.
Well, thank you. So those are our predictions. You guys let us know in the comments what your predictions are, who you think is going to win. I'm very much looking forward to this pay-per-view. I think it's going to be. This is going to be like a groundbreaking, because this is the first pay-per-view of its kind. It's going to be a groundbreaking pay-per-view. There's never been anything like this.
It does stink that like the one. Not flaw or not criticism, but like I'm no Kenny unless there's a Kenny return. But I heard he might be injured. I don't know what the deal is with that.
He's been every part of his body is banged up right now.
Bryan Danielson's out. Obviously no Jeff Hardy. No Punk. But regardless, I think they're making absolutely the best of the situation.
100%.
Especially getting Okada. I think that was the biggest. That was the biggest like final piece they needed. Yeah. But if you guys want to hear us talk way more about just the show in depth, the lead up from Dynamite and everything, check out our podcast. We might not have gone too in depth in this, but that's what the pod is for. So go check that out. And if you want the after party, patreon.com/Lumberlend. It's basically a bonus, like 30-minute extra episode per week, additional to the main feed one, where we answer Patreon questions and just talk about stuff that we didn't get to in the main feed. Subscribe, check out our videos. We're doing my GM mode still, and we're getting a lot better. And people seem to be a lot happier with last week's performance.
Yeah, I saw the comments. Yep. People are more happier, so I'm happy to see that.
That's that. Dante, as always, for the MBW Predictions Championship, as always, good luck.
Good luck, sir.
I'll see you whenever the results come out, whenever that is.
Some point.
And we'll try to slide it in a video next week. I don't know.
We'll fit it in, and we'll see you guys then as well. Peace.